want to issue a press statement which is a rejoinder, or rather a rebuttal, if you like, because yesterday most of you were present when you were invited for a press release by one of our investors in Kiambu County, TATU City, which is a press briefing that did not cast the matters as present in the relationship between the county government of Kiambu and TATU City in the truthful and correct way. It was a press briefing that was calculated to achieve certain results, and those results were clearly intended to malign the name and person of the governor of Kiambu County and members of staff of this government, and also to cast doubts and malign the government of Kiambu County.
Today we strongly condemn Salome Wanaina and Governor Wamatangi for attempting to extort foreign direct investors, international investors in Kenya from New Zealand, the United States, the United Kingdom, and Norway.
It's very unbecoming, very unbecoming. It's unprecedented that a man of Preston's standing, with the confidence that has been given to him by a lot of investors, whom we welcome, as I said, in Kiambu, and whom we respect and whom we shall protect, should opt to give himself up to political schemes in the county, and thinking that we as a county government are going to bend the law.
All the while, they try to seize 40 acres of land from TATU City, including land for Governor Wamatangi's residence.
The county government of Kiambu has officially, in writing, requested TATU City to surrender land for public amenities, including 2 acres for the construction of the governor's official residence. In accordance with the law and the Salaries and Remuneration Commission, SRC guidelines, for the avoidance of doubt, this will be a public facility registered in the name of the county government and not in the governor's name. SRC circular is specific on these 2 acres of. I also wish to clarify that the county government of Kiambu has requested land to be surrendered by TATU City solely for public utility purposes. Contrary to the allegations, my administration is not seeking land for personal or individual use. I also wish to clarify that the county government of Kiambu has requested land to be surrendered by TATU City solely for public utility purposes. Contrary to the allegations, my administration is not seeking land for personal or individual use. Our track record on public land speaks for itself. As governor, I have consistently prioritized the protection and proper utilization of public land, and this is a position that I will not bend or compromise. This is the position I expressed during my first meeting with TATU City management, including Preston, on December 8th, 2023. As a county government, to make your life better and your investments more sound and easier, then we are more than ready to do it. And you, as an entity, you need not fear engaging with us. We are not interested in an inch of land at all, neither for the governor or for any of my people, and it is my policy that our advance signature is our integrity. We are changing the story the way it has been. When it comes to matters that we must all agree upon, that this requires to be done in public interest, in the interest of a better tomorrow for our children and our citizens. On those ones, we are very firm.
Adheres to Kenyan and international best practices in urban planning. The TATU City Master Plan has 103 acres of land set aside for public purpose use. The land is available for public amenities such as hospitals, schools, and police and fire stations. The Land Act of Kenya provides that if the government requires land for public purpose, then a compulsory acquisition process must follow, meaning that the land must first be acquired by the government through a process of just and equitable compensation to the landowner, in this case, TATU City. In short, if the government wants the land, if it needs the land, it has to buy it.
Regulation 10.2, Physical and Land Use Planning, Development, Permission and Control General, Regulations 2021 further adds that where required by the county executive member, suitable and adequate land shall be surrendered by the applicant at no cost to the county government for open spaces, amenities, recreation facilities, road reserves, and for public purpose relating to the area to be subdivided, and as I said, for road widening. And told him that indeed that public land must be surrendered when a private developer intends to subdivide land, either to allocate that land and commit it for development. And I've read all the provisions of the laws that guide that. The law that Preston was referring to in the Land Act, that is the law that prescribes the procedure when government intends to compulsorily acquire land for purposes of infrastructure development. Like, for example, when a government wants to build a road and they will go to any place, and I think I have some fair merit to say this because I've been a senator for 10 years and I sat in the House of Lawmaking. When government intends to build a road and they will traverse through privately owned land, then that section of the law applies, that the government has to acquire that land by volition or compulsorily, as is the case, but it must be compensated. Now, when a developer intends to subdivide land, committed to development or intends to develop it, and then occasion those displacements, the development, the invitation to residents to build new houses, to create a new community where the entire society will converge to become workers and residents and teachers, then the law provides that that developer needs to set aside land.
We sought 3 additional meetings with the governor to put forth this clear legal requirement for Kiambu County to acquire public purpose land at TATU City. They were scheduled meetings to which his office agreed, scheduled, communicated to us about, but the governor never turned up.
There has been only one physical meeting between me as the governor and the management of TATU City regarding the matters of the revised master plan. All other communication has been via one correspondence, and secondly, through a lawyer who was sent here to represent TATU City and consult with us, which I will be explaining, with lawyers who had been sent by TATU City. And what we need to clear here, which I'll also explain with facts, is that when the first lawyers were sent by TATU City, we explained the circumstances and the law that all public land should vest as per the Constitution in the county government. The lawyer who had been sent here agreed with us. And it is apparent that when that lawyer whom they had sent themselves agreed and promised that she was going to have a discussion with TATU City and impress upon them the facts that they cannot negotiate what is provided for in the law about the custody of public land in the county government, it's apparent they did not like that lawyer after that. So yesterday when they were sending other correspondence, indeed they were using a different lawyer who may have advised them differently. The county government of Kiambu remains committed to providing a conducive environment for both local and foreign investors, recognizing the crucial role in job creation and economic growth in our county. And this remains our topmost commitment. A man of present standing should be aware that there are organs of government mandated with investigations of merit-worthy and credible claims, and he chose to play to the gallery by addressing a press conference. While of course it is clear that if he had any merit of distortion, of being extorted, then he knows all the organs. The entity has been here for 14 years. He knows that we have the DCI, we have the police, we have EACC. They are credible places where you make allegations if they are truthful. And I want to ask Preston that as immediately as possible, he tenders a public apology for having intentionally called a press conference to malign my name as an individual and my government. And I'll be waiting for him to do that as quickly as possible. In the absence of a public apology, I will seek redress in a court of law as an individual, because that was intended to malign me as a person.